Another teenager has been arrested, accused of making terroristic threats. Leaders with the Garrett County Sheriff's Office say a threat targeting Garrett County Middle School was posted on social media Wednesday night. Authorities immediately launched an investigation, resulting in the arrest of a juvenile charged with felony terroristic threatening. Investigators believe the child acted alone.
Today, Kentucky's Department of Education Commissioner Robbie Fletcher issued a statement saying in part, quote, "While we are concerned about the amount of time our students are missing due to these hoaxes, our primary concern is the safety and well-being of the students and staff members that are in our schools every day across Kentucky." This issue is larger than the Kentucky schools. Across the country are locking down amid safety concerns.
12 counties in Kentucky have had their days disrupted in the past 2 weeks alone due to reported school threats. Kylie Hill takes a closer look at how these types of threats are handled in our top story at 10.
School should be a safe place for learning, and instead it's become a fearful place for many.
You hear people talk about school shootings and whatnot, but then when it actually happens to you, I don't know, it feels like some weird nightmare.
Schools across the country are receiving threats and are being forced to cancel classes and heighten security. George Rogers Clark High School received a threat this morning. In a letter, leaders said they determined the threats were not credible. They added that during the investigation, they discovered the potential threat came from Winchester, Virginia, and made its way to Winchester, Kentucky.
We investigate it to the depth of finding out whether it's credible or not. If a threat is not credible, it's treated like it's not. If it is credible, further investigation continues.
These threats come just 8 days after the Appalachia High School shooting in Georgia, killing 2 students and 2 teachers.
We went into the uniform room and everybody was crowded in there, and as soon as I got in there, I just kind of started crying.
Local law enforcement agencies say after tragic events such as the Georgia school shooting and the I-75 shooting in Laurel County, there are a lot of bad actors who are trying to strike fear while the iron's hot.
I think what we do see is a lot of copycats and a lot of folks who seem to want to piggyback on the fact that we have had some tragedies here nationwide. Sometimes it's as simple as folks that just don't want to have school that day, all the way up to people that would intentionally try to crash our education system, I suppose.
School Resource Officer Lieutenant Tony Likens says any threat to a school campus or its personnel is classified as terroristic threatening in the 2nd degree and is a Class D felony. It carries a sentence of 1 to 5 years in prison and can also carry a fine of up to $10,000.
If you take a bomb threat scared, without a doubt, it's criminal. At any level, any threat towards a school, any person in that school, any student in that school, staff, personnel, volunteer, coach, it doesn't matter. There are real consequences to sharing anything, even off a social media platform.
They think they're warning people, so they will screenshot a threat that comes through and then they will post that to social media. Other people will screenshot that and pass it along on social media, and it causes a general panic on something that we could have probably nipped really quick had they brought it to an adult or brought it to authorities quickly. But instead, they think they're doing a community service by sharing it out, when in fact it just causes further panic and makes our job harder.
Kylie Hill, Fox 56 News.